Imagine waking up in the morning and finding yourself with the nude photos all over the social media. Like recently, I witnessed a situation whereby I saw a friend's photos going around in Facebook, going around in WhatsApp, going around in Instagram, and my friend was totally naked. I took a phone, of course, and made a call to him, asking him what had become of him. And he went ahead and said, my brother, the issue that you are seeing around with these photos, it is my estranged lady that's doing all that, just to make me feel bad, or just to assassinate my character, or just to make the world know that there is this kind of a man who looks like an animal, or otherwise tainting him negatively. That is something that, of course, you can't expect to happen to you, but it's happening to people. You can wake up tomorrow, you find that it's you. You can wake up tomorrow, you find it's your wife. You wake up tomorrow, it's your girlfriend. You wake up tomorrow, it's your dad. You can imagine some of the situations that we witness in the country, whereby you wake up and then you see even a governor going around naked in social media. It's really bad. This is what we call cyber bullying. It's a crime in its own nature, and it's important for us today to discuss this matter. Remember, I have a friend here, I have a person here who has undergone all these situations. He also woke up one time in the morning with the calls, people making calls to him, telling him that why are you trending while in naked, while nude? He was also shocked until he went further and checked Facebook. That's when he learned that for sure something had happened. I won't open up much to that. He is going to share with us this whole story. So Kariuki,
yes, sir.
I felt for you actually when I saw your photos going around in social media.
Sure.
And displaying you naked, sometimes half naked. I was surprised. And of course, I'm one of the people who made comments and said, what is happening to a friend? Even some of us imagine that maybe he had joined another league of operations. We call it LGBT.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure.
I thought that maybe you have joined that group. And many, of course, imagine that he had joined that group.
Sure.
Personally, I tried to reserve. I said, let me not rush into conclusion.
Yes.
That's why even when you look at the comments, if the WhatsApp was, the Facebook was still there,
yes,
you could learn that I said, we can't tell what is happening until Kariuki comes out to tell us about all this.
Sure.
So can you tell us what really happened?
Felix, this was the worst moment in my life. Let me say just one of the worst moments in my life, because I was cyber harassed by a friend, a person I knew, a person I had held dearly, and eventually, after a culmination of differences between us, he went ahead and posted my photos, half naked. I can say they were obscene images of me, because truly I was halfly dressed.
When this happened, when you wake up and people are like making calls to you,
yes,
or were you aware that photos had gone viral?
I didn't have even the faintest idea that my photos were all over Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So it also came to me as a surprise that, hey, someone just calls your phone. And unfortunately, during that period, I didn't log into my Facebook account. So I didn't know what was going on. So I got calls and text messages from friends and family members asking me, hey, what is happening? I've seen photos of you half in undergarments all over Facebook. What is not happening?
And what came to you when you rushed to your Facebook and then checking, then you saw the photos? What came to your mind? How did you feel it?
He blocked me, so I couldn't even view.
You are unable to access your photos.
Unable to access my photos. Unable to access, even to comment. I couldn't even view the post itself, the feed itself. I couldn't. So I didn't know what was written of me. I only saw screenshots from friends who managed to screenshot and send to me, including comments and reactions to the photos. So I couldn't even defend myself.
You had no chance to comment over the same photos.
No chance at all. So that's how it was. So it was a matter of explaining to people. When someone calls, maybe a friend, maybe a relative, a family member, or maybe just an associate or an acquaintance, I had to explain to them and say, Ata mimi, I've not yet seen these photos. or anything.
You know, we are living in this world, in this part of the world,
Sure.
whereby we are not into really Western culture, whereby people, when they imagine that karaoke had joined LGBT, they were like, karaoke is dirty, karaoke is bad, karaoke is evil, because these are the comments that I saw in social media. And of course, I suspect that some of the screenshots you receive this kind of what?
Yes.
This kind of comments.
Yes.
Now, when someone describes you as diabolical, as evil, as that, what came to the minds of your dear ones, specifically your mother, your sister, your brother, that is your father, your close kin?
Yes, sure. It was bad all over. The news, of course, reached my family as a shock, and they were left in disbelief. The good thing, and I thank God for my family, is that they are understanding. And they already knew.
They had trust in you.
Yes, they had trust in me. Plus, they already knew the background story of how, like I said, this was a culmination of differences we had for over about 1.5 years. So they already knew, and I've been updating them each and every time anything happens. And the party also had episodes of mental instability. So he wasn't stable mentally. So he could do anything. And that's what we were preventing. But unfortunately, it happened.
It happened.
It happened. And I thank God they were understanding. I talked to my mother, I talked to my dad, and I explained to them the whole situation. Of course, they already knew. And they know me inside out.
They did not question at all, maybe your mom saying, possibly my son, you have metamorphosed into something different.
No.
They never asked
They
of
never
such.
ask of such.
I know you go to church.
I do.
Your pastor possibly.
I may not be going frequently, but I'm a church goer. And at no moment.
Because I
Was
saw
I
comments
so-
correct for saying that these are people who pretend in church. They sing a lot in church. They pray a lot in church. But look at their nude photos that is coming all along
Yes, sure.
into the cyberspace.
Yes. And I agree. But I've never pretended to be a divine man. But I believe in God. I believe in divine prophecy. I believe in divine guidance. But I've never at any moment stood in front of a congregation and proclaimed to be sent by God.
To be, okay, I get
Or
your
I'm
point.
a minister of God. But all I can say is everyone has a flaw. We are humans. We are full of frailties. We are full of errors, mistakes we've made in the past. Some are dark. We don't even want to look, to reflect upon them. So this, I admit I made a mistake. I admit I took those pictures. But again,
What was the intention of having those photos?
The photos,
and how did they slip into the hands of your friend?
If you see the photos, they are of fitness in nature. They have that kind of theme, fitness. So it's a modeling thing we were trying out to send to a modeling agency so that we see if we could become fitness models for the agency. So during that time is when I took the photos, and it's when I put them into my computer, and that's when they got into the phone of the party, because he could access my computer.
This is a close ally.
Yes, because he's a close ally. It's just like you, Felix. I give you my computer and tell you, look, just take my computer. You can just use it as anyhow.
Was he
anyway.
also maybe for the same idea of the physical modeling exercise?
Sure, because we were doing the same thing, the production thing.
So-
we were doing photography, video production together. Yeah.
What became of him? What made him to rush into this, to engage in this kind of cruel act of bringing your nude photos to the public?
Yes, I
Did
understand.
you
Yes.
engage in some beef? Did you fall out because of some
we had
engagements?
a falling out. We had a falling out. It was business in nature. It was about production, and I told him now I'm pursuing another field. I think I'll be going a different direction, where I'd be going a different way. You'll be going another way. So I think we'll be parting ways, because I have some other engagements to do, and you have a different one, because at that time he was working for KBC. as an actor in a very popular program at the Kenya Broadcasting Corporation TV.
Wow.
Yes.
This is the kind of a person that decided to say,
Yes.
today I